Hello, everybody. They should be able to hear us now.
Nice.
And now they should be able to see us. I lied. Now they should be able to see us.
Oh, there we go. We did
Yeah,
it.
it's funny if there's a. So I have it like open on another window, right, for our webcams, and it just so happens if I put a window over that, it makes all of our webcams go black. It's weird.
Okay.
So it's like if it's not the forefront, it's like, nah, you don't exist. I have to like keep it the forefront.
Yeah, are you using OBS right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed a few odd things. I mean, I guess it's made to do that. It's just if you're not used to it, you're like, wait a minute, where'd our cameras go?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah.
Bear just mentioned to me that he's got Morrowind happening in the background. So,
Oh, yeah.
What an amazing game that was for
Yeah.
anybody who was around during that time period.
Dude, it still honestly holds up fairly well. Like, I mean, if you're into a little bit of extra effort in your video games, because like a lot of video games now are like, here's a quest marker, go do this thing. Morrowind was like, nope, read the quest. Go read like pieces of paper around to get more information. Go talk to the people in the world. Like, investigate. And yeah, you just don't get that anymore, or rarely. But
Yeah, pretty much every role-playing game has a little thing over the person you need to go talk to, and they're marked on your map and everything. They really had a different approach when it came to that. They were much more in the, the traditional RPG sense, where you needed to go and like investigate and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
totally different than now.
Morrowind's really interesting to me because it was literally, they tried to take pen and paper RPGs and turn it into a 3D game. I mean, that's what they did with Daggerfall as well. But that's why if you go up to like a crab and you start attacking it, sometimes you'll just miss, is because every time you try to hit it, you're rolling a d20 to see if you hit it, and you just are missing. You're not hitting its armor. And then every once in a while you do hit it.
It's literally rolling dice in the background that you aren't seeing. And fortunately for me, I had literally just been introduced to Dungeons and Dragons at 16, and I think Morrowind came out when I was like 18 or 19. So I was understanding like, oh, that's what's happening, because it was so much different than a first-person shooter, where like when you shoot something, your bullet, you can usually see, it's perfectly lined up, it's going to hit the target. Whereas with swords, it was so much more clunky, and then you were essentially rolling behind the scenes, and hey, if you didn't get their armor class, you just...
Yeah, that's why Oblivion, if you guys ever played Oblivion, feels totally different, is because that's when they went to, okay, well, if you swing with the sword and you hit the thing, you should hit the thing. If it tries to attack you and you have your block up, you'll block it. And it was pretty neat.
Yeah, that one was different. But I think that they still had it where if you did hit it, it was could the damage be affected by anything, or just
like armor and stuff like that? Sure. Like I think it was the damage of the weapon versus health now, and like maybe it negated some, because like you had armor on, so you do less damage. But every hit would hit.
Damage reduction.
It wasn't like how Morrowind was, where you're like, just, you have a dagger and you're stabbing at the thing 50 times and then one of them hits, one of the 50. As you're sitting there. I always felt it felt so silly as a kid, because I remember the first time you ever go fight like a mud crab or you go do anything, you're just like, what is going on? And then when I watched a documentary that was like talking about the breakdown and how they designed it and everything, I was like, oh, this makes way more sense. And that, to me, that's why that game still holds up, is it really, you can get immersed. You can go explore and adventure. It's an adventure. It really is. Unlike most games now, but the thing is, it doesn't respect your time, right? That's the thing nowadays. Like, most video games do it to respect your time. They're like, all right, cool. You're going to like play this game for X hours. We don't want you to spend too much of that doing nothing, it feels, or like having to hunt stuff down. And yeah, I get that.
I think the designers are understanding that the gamers simply don't have the same attention spans.
Well, that's true too.
Free time.
Yeah.
And I would say that attention span and free time are kind of one and the same, in that I don't mean that if you don't have I guess it's kind of a negative, but like, I only have this much time to focus on gaming right now, so I can't really like be bothered to do all the things that were required of old school games. I need to just get in, do the thing, get the shiny thing, and get out and log out so that I can go, to my other shift or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's just crazy how much stuff we got going on these days.
Also, back in the day, it was a lot harder to like hang out with people online because there wasn't like Discord. Sure, you had TeamSpeak and Vent for a while and things like that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the times when you were gaming, it was just you gaming. Maybe you had friends over and you were playing a single player, but a lot of the time,
like Halo, that's when we were all like in the same room together, and then they came out with
Xbox Live.
Xbox Live,
yeah.
And then you could, talk smack to each other over the internet.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, PC gaming had
16
that.
dudes together, all in my little apartment, and we'd have 4 TVs all set up, each with an Xbox. And this is back Halo 2.
Yeah.
Halo 2 time frame.
Yeah.
And dude, it was epic.
Yeah. I actually saw, weirdly enough, one of the strange things that I'm like the main moderator for the Halo 2 forum, or for the Halo 2 subreddit. And so every once in a while I'll go and check on it. And yeah, yesterday, like the other day, I went and checked, and someone posted that they had a whole it was like a 64-person LAN where every person had their own CRT TV. It was huge. It was really cool to see people playing Halo 2 still, like on old Xboxes, on CRTs, and I'm like, people still do it. People still 100% get together to do that stuff.
Yeah, I would say the part that would like sort of a non-starter for me is the CRT TV. Just
nowadays
having to haul that somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I used to load my old monitor. It was a 17-inch CRT monitor for my computer and the tower. It was a 400 megahertz AMD processor. I remember this. I built it. I was very excited. I went to Fry's, got all the parts, built this thing with a Voodoo 2 graphics card with 16 megabytes of RAM, onboard RAM, and built this thing so we could play StarCraft and Half-Life and stuff like that. And I used to take this to the LAN party and stuff like that. So I hauled that thing, put it in the backseat of my Camaro, and just hauled that to my buddy's house. Everybody else got their stuff together, and we would just all weekend long pizza and barbecue and StarCraft or some other multiplayer game.
Same. Yeah, we did it as well. Yeah, those things are heavy. Those things, like, especially like old PCs. It's funny, I know a group of friends that I have, they LAN every year. They have like a party where they actually take like a week off essentially, and they'll all get together. It's one of their friends' houses, and we'll play over the entire week and LAN and everything like that. And they were like, do you want to come? And I'm like, dude, I can't bring my PC. It's far too heavy. Like, the thing I have nowadays is just, this thing is never leaving this house, just because, unless I move or something, it's just way too beastly.
The tower you have right now, I'm seeing it's huge.
It's
just
absolutely
gigantic. Mine is a mid tower, so it's not that big, but it's still big. Right? Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to email everybody about the live stream right now, so let me send this out. Hopefully everyone, let's see, do we have anybody here yet?
Well, it looks like Lord of E isn't joining us because they're currently playing probably some sort of tabletop. I don't know if it's D&D, but they're playing their Seder, which is cool. I remember them talking about that one. So no Star Wars references are gonna. No.
Oh my goodness.
We can't summon.
I don't know if I can
summon Lord of E.
Can I embed the?
You should be able to.
Man. Yeah. Embed the Twitch. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Somehow, yeah. I mean, the link's probably good enough.
Yeah, let me see here.
The last thing you could do too, if you really want to, is update the story page for the Kickstarter and just put the embedded Twitch stream at the very top. and then we can take it out after we're done being live.
That's a good point. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. So anyone joining the thing will just see us. We should probably do that for our live streams. I think this is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yo, Knitting Daddy, welcome. Yeah, we're gonna make some traps. We're just getting everything set up still, so we're chilling, nostalging out about about old video games. Yo, Triple, how's it going? Welcome on in.
Yeah, we had some good times back in the day.
Man, yeah. Yeah, Morrowind was a very good game. Morrowind was one of those crazy experiences. It was funny as a kid, I never got far because they just let you do whatever. So I would just go into the first town, I'd start stealing everything, I'd get caught, I'd then go to the next town, start stealing everything.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, it was really silly. I just never would play the game right, essentially. And then as an adult, or I guess later in my 20s, I was like, you know what? I'm going to beat this. I need to sit down and beat it. So I sat down and beat it on original Xbox, weirdly enough. It was good. It was a fun game.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game. I don't think I ever beat it. I think I got pretty far in it, but I don't think I ever beat it.
It actually has a pretty sick story.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a bad thing, to not beat it. It was like it was so vast for the time.
Yeah, well, it was like a true role-playing game. You honestly didn't need to stick to the main story and beat it. You could just sandbox it and go around doing your own stuff, joining guilds, doing quests, helping people. You did not have to stick to the main story at all.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing was like being kind of a loot goblin. I was running around trying to get all the coolest stuff. Yeah. And but I had no frame of reference, and there was no back then. There wasn't like huge amounts of resources on the internet and stuff like that. So
yeah, go to GameFAQs.
Flying blind.
Yeah, go try to find those ASCII coded or the ASCII art and all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
The amount of effort some of those people put into their GameFAQs walkthroughs was insane. I remember as a kid, that's dedication. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Knitting Dadding Triple, welcome in. Hope you guys are doing good today.
The project has overnight jumped up quite a bit. It was I think when we ended the stream yesterday, it was at like 18,000, so it's about doubled since then. We're at 36,735. So excellent work, everybody. I hope everyone's sharing a link with your friends. It's amazing how often I get people after the fact saying like, oh, I missed it. It's like, how did you miss it? How did you not know about it at all? And just that, for some reason, it just never was in their radar. It just never came up in their feed anywhere.
It does happen.
And I was like, oh, I wasn't checking email for a little while. I wasn't looking at my socials and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm just like, man, we were everywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah, we were trying. That's for sure. Oh, Triple's a fellow loot goblin. No, it is funny when there's encumbrance in games where you're just like, oh man, I'm so slow, but I could walk back to this thing. Like, I know in Oblivion and stuff, you can't fast travel or things like that. So it's like, oh man, how do I get rid of this message? Mod tools, give me mod tools. Show mod icons. No, I want the most expensive viewers. I don't want AI viewers. Yeah, when the bots are like, by the way, these are the most expensive viewers. Oh, but hell yeah. Gonna meet up with your D&D buddies in a bit? Nice. That is the life. Man, anytime I could get together with buddies to play, I do. I unfortunately was supposed to play this Friday, but I double booked myself and had to move it. And I was like, no, I was looking forward to playing. Bots be gone.
We've been talking about doing a Nord Games team D&D adventure, like meeting up once a week on Discord, but it's just awesome, so difficult to coordinate everybody's schedules together.
It's the hardest part about playing any of these games is how do we get everyone together at the right time? That's why this session I'm in currently, or the party that we're playing with, we're just meeting once a month. That's how we started.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, everybody, pick a time once a month. So that's why I'm like, I feel even worse that it's like, well, luckily we've already played this month. We were actually going to double up this month. But it was like, yeah, it works out so well. You're like, all right, everyone, set this and make sure no one has anything scheduled during that time.
Okay.
Dude.
Tell everyone what we're gonna do about the blink and sync.
Oh
trap.
yeah,
that was pretty cool.
So we've been thinking about the blink and sync trap, and essentially, it's a trap where once you lose eye contact with the source, basically the ground starts to sink. Or turns into liquid.
The ground turns into liquid, yeah. So it's sort of like, what does that spell? Like melt stone, or stone to whatever it is. So it starts to become like more like quicksand or something like that, or cement, and then it could potentially all of a sudden harden, and you're all, halfway sunk into it when it hardens. So I think that would be a really cool thing. But yesterday somebody said blink and sync would be a good name.
Yeah, it was Triple.
For Triple. Yeah, Triple said for the trap we were making, and I was like, yeah, but then earlier today we were together and we were like, wait a minute, what if the blink and sync was actually more of like, if you break eye contact with an object or whatever, a mural or something like that, then the whole floor turns into sort of a liquid state, or a semi-liquid state. That would be pretty cool. So we could start with that actually as a magic trap today.
Oh, we can start with that. Yeah, I'm super down. Because the interesting thing is how, like, you could do it so, let's say this was outside of a Thieves Guild again or something like that, where it just freezes your feet so you can't leave. You're like, you're not supposed to be here, by the way. Like, you weren't supposed to look at this thing, and now we're gonna interrogate you because you're stuck here.
Yeah, it could also be keyed on certain things too, because it's magic. It could be any non-orc or non-goblin or something that they're trying to prevent certain things from coming into their area. So you can specify that it's only certain creatures.
And I agree, Knitting Daddy. I really thought quicksand was going to be way more of an encounter, because they taught you so much. Like, I grew up in the 90s, and it was still so prevalent in cartoons and like everywhere. You're like, man, quicksand's going to be something that I have to deal with sometime in my life.
What was that? That was from a thing.
Oh, there's a bunch of things. Like, I almost want to say every cartoon that I grew up in the 90s had at least one episode where they encountered quicksand and they had to get someone out of it.
Oh, no, I mean it was Mulvaney. What's his name? He's a comedian.
Oh, what talked about that?
Isn't his last name Mulvaney?
I don't know.
Who talks about that specifically?
That's so funny.
Quicksand. I thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger problem than it turned out to be.
Oh man.
Okay.
I mean, it's good to know, because if I ever do get stuck in quicksand, I know what I'm supposed to do now. So
what are you supposed to do in quicksand?
Not panic, first of all. Yeah, because the more you struggle against it, the faster you sink. And then there's something else you can do. Like, you can slowly get yourself out of it. I remember watching a video not that long. Yeah, exactly. You kind of like try to float on it. You like lay out into it, sort of. Because the big thing is a lot of, like, you get stuck, so you start panicking trying to get out of it, and that's when you sink.
Gotcha.
Yep. I remember, I was watching a video not that long ago of a guy teaching people how to get out of it, and it didn't seem too bad.
But
create more
it's
surface
not that
area.
Prevalent, so why would you even need to know about that?
I don't know. It popped up in my feed, so.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I am prepared for this. Exactly. Say, we're ready. We got this.
You're prepared.
Now we need to throw more quicksand at our players. That's what we got to do.
Well, let's just jump into it then. Let me grab the PDF.
All right, let's hop into it.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, quicksand would be terrifying. If I was just slowly
Yeah.
sinking, I'd be like, oh no, I don't like this.
Well, the thing about like getting back to like the whole point of traps, for example, is traps are meant to be like a challenge, but also to a certain degree start to add a certain amount of like suspense and terror to the player characters, because in some cases, like when we were at Kubla Khan and I had that pit trap, I rolled each time to see how deep the pit trap was. I didn't say the pit trap's going to be 20 feet deep or 30 feet deep or whatever. I rolled for it every single time. So it was only when someone actually went into it that I would, okay, I'll roll a d6. You know, it's up to 60 feet deep. So sometimes it was 10 feet deep. Sometimes it was 60 feet deep.
I think the majority of the times it was 60 feet deep.
It was.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, keep going.
Well, I mean, some might say that that was a bit of, you know, me not taking too much responsibility for the damage that was dealt to players because of it.
Hey.
And that might be a little bit true, but
I mean, you're supposed to make it scary.
Well, but it was also interesting for me too. So having it be different, I felt, you know, because I ran 6 games over the course of the weekend. So having it be different every single time also made it more interesting for me. So
100%.
Right, so let me get the notes up, and we'll start with the one that we were just talking about, the
blink and sink.
The blink and sink. So I'm gonna do so the blink and sink. So we had used it for the name of the look into and then the drop, but a drop is not really a sink, so I'm gonna make it a little bit different. Break eye contact with object, then floor turns to quicksand.
Yep, I mean, that's a good reference. You'll know it, yeah.
Yeah. So the trigger would be sort of a variation of look into, I think.
Yeah, it would be. 100%.
Right? Because
essentially you're looking into it, but it's once eye contact's broken is when you start sinking.
Yeah, so look into has the enchanted mirror, reflecting pool, watching eyes, and peering aperture, but we're going to modify that a little bit, and we're going to make our own new one, which would be break eye contact. Look into break eye contact. And this could be like a statue with creepy eyes or something like that.
Yeah. You mentioned a mural, and I thought that was pretty neat.
Ooh, mural, yeah.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2 always like impressed upon me the whole like terror of murals and stuff, so that could be cool.
Yeah, because murals are really neat, especially going into a chamber that has like murals all over the wall, like depicting battles and all this stuff, and then there's like one in the center where it's like this maiden that's staring at you or something. One
evil dude just like looking, you know, like those piercing eyes where no matter where you are, it looks like they're looking right at you.
Yeah. You're like, please stop looking at me. And then you blink and start sinking.
You're terrifying.
You just go and cover it up.
Yeah.
I guess that would set the trap off.
All right. So, but what would make sense for the effect then? This is more of a spell effect.
This is a spell effect for sure. 100%.
Yeah. So the spell would be, what is, what would that be? What is that spell? It's like melt stone or liquefy stone.
I don't know off the top of head. Like, yeah, I can't think of one that does exactly what we're looking for. I know there's like the druid one, which is like shape stone or things like that, where you can basically usually use it to cut a hole in a wall. It's made out of like a natural stone, or if it's like dirt or things like that. I do know there's that one.
Liquefy, solidify. trying to determine the level of this.
Yeah.
But for our purposes, I suppose I could just put it as liquefy, solidify.
Transmute rock. Okay, yeah, that is the one I was thinking of.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Transmute
I think that's
rock?
the one I was thinking of, which basically allows you to, like, in a certain area, displace it or move it or shape it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just put it in there as transmute rock. We'll figure it out later. It's probably a pretty high level spell to do it in that much of an area.
Yeah, well, it's either that or it takes a lot of time. Because I remember when we were doing it, it was like 10 minutes for like a 5-foot cube or something like that. So it's like you can affect a 5-foot cube. I'd have to reread the spell, but
yeah,
because
in this case,
yeah,
I would want it to affect like the whole room, the corridor, or wherever it is.
Luckily, we're designing the trap, so we should be able to make it do whatever we want.
But I like that for the blink and sing. That's perfect.
Yeah, me too. I really like that for the blink and sing.
Break eye contact. The floor melts. Ah, okay.
All right,
so
roll us
there's
up.
a magic trap.
Let's do mechanical. Let's go back and forth this time.
I need some dice.
Your D30.
Here's the D30. All right, mechanical trigger. 14. Pull rope or chain.
Ooh.
And then what happens when we pull rope or chain?
That's always a fun one.
And 8. Falling tipping vessel. This is perfect.
Wow.
All right. So, let's see.
It's just literally like a rope that's hanging down from the ceiling that looks like you could climb up it, but it's just attached to a thing that you're gonna pull off. Such an easy trap.
Dude.
It's like a goblin trap right there. So easy.
That's very much a goblin trap.
Yeah. They're like, haha.
Yeah. Huh.
We thought you were going to climb up this, and we were right.
You know what's interesting is adding a little tiny variable to this, which would be at the top, it is attached to a vessel, but the rope goes up and over something and then to the vessel. So when you first pull on it, it pulls the vessel over, and it feels like it's sturdy because the vessel is actually keeping the rope, right? And then as soon as you let go, it slides down, the rope goes up, and the vessel comes down and cracks and explodes.
Oh, that could be neat. And yes, I like that. Put knots in the rope so it looks like it's a rope ladder, or it looks like something you're supposed to climb.
Yes, knotted rope hangs from the ceiling. Rope goes.
They're like, all right, member with dark vision, look up there. What do you see? I just see that the rope turns. It's fine. It looks like it's connected. All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Affixed at the top of one
so
shaft.
Yeah, I like how ever since we started mentioning like creatures and like different species or like things making these traps, I was like, it's just in my brain now. Anytime I make a trap, I'm like, who would have made this? Like the blink and sync is definitely some wizard, a wizard that's like, no, I don't want you guys here. I'm gonna have you all get stuck in the floor. I'll teleport you all out later.
Between two walls. I'm just making notes so that I can come back and rewrite the whole thing. So the rope goes over a log between two walls, then to a vessel containing. What do we want it to contain? Acid?
Acid's a pretty good one. I actually like acid a lot. I believe it's either that or some sort of oil. It depends on how scary you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where if it's acid, it's going to hurt, right? It's going to deal damage. You could do oil or something that's going to slick the floor and make it now like dangerous terrain to move around in. And that could also catch on fire. Flaming oil.
Okay.
Exactly.
That one's an interesting contingency because if they have a torch with them and the person holding the torch needs to make a dex save to not fall down.
Yeah, and they fall and they set the oil on fire.
Yeah.
Double trap.
Containing
I mean,
oil when the rope is first pulled.
That is one of the funny things about, like, not having dark vision or being in these places that don't have a lot of light. I usually play characters who don't have dark vision, and I get stuck with the, cool, I'm the one carrying the torch. I remember I had a party where everyone else had dark vision but me, and I just kept messing up. I just kept getting into places where I wasn't supposed to be. Like, we had a tunnel we were supposed to swim under, but you couldn't see unless you had dark vision, and I got trapped under there. And I started panicking. I did find, like, a pocket of air, luckily, and survived. But it was one of those things where someone had to come back and get me. One of the other members, like, all three got over there and like, hey, where's Bear? Is he okay? And we'll go try to find him. Yo! Goose Lord! Yo, welcome in. Yeah,
Goose Lord.
It's like trap dominoes. Yeah, we know Goose Lord.
Lord of Gooses. Geese?
Lord of Geese. It is like a trapception. It totally... It's like a double trap. It's a 2-for-1. If they happen to have a torch, it works out.
So let's see. This was... it was Falling Tipping Vessel.
Falling Tipping Vessel. Yep. Yeah, this one's silly. I like it being oil too because it can be not super scary. And you could also do it as like an ambush room because that's going to make a lot of noise, right? Like the vessel pops, oil's all over, and then the gobbos come out of all the corners and are like, haha, you guys are now covered in oil. Catch on fire. No.
Oil is slick. Difficult terrain, dex checks, and then also flammable. You guys should read my notes sometime. It is just fun, fantastic.
I mean, I do the same thing.
Craziness.
Yeah.
And then I come back through them and I'm like, what? Oh, okay.
Well, Knitting, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. I mean, these are fun.
Much of this stuff.
These are fun.
It's hard to keep all the track, like in my mind.
Oh, same. Right, cool. If I don't write it down, it's usually gone after a while. So if you go through my notes app, there are so many just random ideas.
Yeah. My phone, too, it's just constantly full of stuff where I'm like, oh, this would be a good idea. Yeah. And then I throw that in there. And I look at it later. Sometimes it's not a good idea, but I thought it was at the time.
Well, same. Sometimes I'll go through and I'm like, what was I even thinking? Like, it'll be like a thought, and I'm like, I can't follow this thought. I couldn't
articulate myself correctly, or maybe I just thought it was cool. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night and like, yeah, get this idea out of my head before, and then you look at it later and you're like, that's a good idea. Yep. Or maybe it's not. I
do that a lot. I definitely, my big thing is before I go to bed, I'll usually get like an idea and I'm like, man, I have to write this down or I can't sleep. Like, I am going to be thinking about this far too much unless I just write this down.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. Well, there's a couple of...
so now we got the blink and sink. We got our vessel.
Blink and sink.
Let's do another magical.
Magical?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have very much room to roll right here. Pass threshold.
Oh, that's a fun one.
And a 16. Heat metal.
Oh, okay. That's brutal. Dude, heat metal is one of those spells where you're just like, have fun. You're in full plate. Have fun getting out of that. Like, that sword you're holding?
Yeah.
Probably don't want to hold it anymore.
This is probably a higher level.
This is definitely a higher level one.
Especially for martial characters.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. Your wizard probably doesn't care too much. Usually doesn't carry too much metal on you. I've been reading Mistborn right now, and metal is like one of those things where, like Mistborns won't carry metal on them just because they know how dangerous it is to have on them. Yeah.
You've got doorway, archway, boundary line, and one-way threshold. A threshold that triggers the trap only when crossed in a single direction, ignoring creatures moving the other way. I'm gonna roll a d4 on this one.
Yeah, I like that. Because honestly, this could go anyway.
2. Archway. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do. Trigger is pass threshold.
We're getting close to the species stretch goal. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's 3 species with each one having 4
that's the next one coming up.
Yeah.
Yep. That's so cool. Yeah, the Dokebi sounds sweet.
More player options. Dokebi is definitely, I'm going to be playing that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play a Catfolk because I love Catfolk. Khajiit has wares.
Khajiit has wares. But shifting into different goblinoids, I think is very cool. Just the ability to just do that innately and then take on those stats. Very cool.
Yep. And if anyone has any ideas for a trap name for walking through an archway and getting hit with heat metal, feel free to pitch them. So we are always looking for trap names. I feel like trap names is one of the more difficult parts. They're like, what would I name this? Trap 17. Yeah. This is we were talking about that.
Earlier, we said, what about a trap number 47? And just random number. And we were like, I guess if it was in a trapsmith's personal log, they might just number them.
They might, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, especially when testing traps, you probably don't name your trap immediately. Honestly, you probably don't name your traps a lot of the time.
So heat metal is interesting. It actually has lots of different options.
It does.
The worn armor, wielded weapon, carried gear, or fixed fitting. So the fixed fitting being something that's like in the room, a door handle, railing, chain, something like that. So the armor sounds like that's crazy. If it heats armor to where it starts to damage the martial class players in the group,
I love it personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one
because it's dangerous. It's scary. It's dangerous. It's one of those things that, especially since it's an archway, you can set up an ambush with that pretty well if it gets set off. And now the martial class is not in a good spot and freaking out. So now the party has to try to position themselves or help the martial class get the armor off.
Got to get their armor off, which is maybe if the magic user can like dispel magic or whatever, and it'll stop that from
create
happening.
Water is a great one. Just douse the just cool them off immediately.
Any creature in physical contact with the object takes fire damage from the trap as per its severity. If a creature holding or wearing the object and takes the damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until it does so.
So cool.
Oh, this effect lasts for the duration set by the trap's lethality or level in lethality, or until ended by dispel magic.
Yeah.
So you could dispel magic on it.
100%.
It would stop it immediately.
Yeah. Most magical things can get dispelled. So.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
But yeah, plate takes what, like 10 minutes to take on and off or something like that? I know plate's ridiculous to put on and off.
Yeah, it takes a long time. You're going to have a magic user with you.
You're going to have someone to help you.
In your own,
yeah.
So it's got to be a high level.
I think this
thing.
I think this is definitely up there. Because to me, you're not instantly dying.
No, you're dying slowly.
Yeah. You have chances to survive through this. This isn't like being cut in half by a blade.
No. All right. So there's another magic trap. Let's go with another mechanical trap.
I'm down.
So mechanical. 11 is pick up or shift object.
Always a fun one too.
The effect is falling objects. So that's an interesting one.
I wonder. You could have like a pulley system or something like that attached to it easily enough.
Yeah, we've got idol or statue, treasure item, tome or scroll, keystone object. So keystone object would be seemingly ordinary objects such as a torch, stone, bone, or tool that secretly braces a wall, lid, or load and releases it once shifted.
Torches are an interesting one, especially if you need a torch and you can grab it off the wall.
Yeah.
Because you're finally entering a dark place and you just see the torch is lit. It's like the only thing. You're like, okay, we're gonna need this.
I like the idea of it being something like a torch or wall sconce where people are looking for some sort of hidden thing to unlock a door.
I like that. I literally just did that, where it was like it was actually a statuette that needed to go to the right place, but something similar. Where essentially you're looking for the object that's going to cause the hidden door to open. So you're trying all the different things. That is kind of funny to think about. You're just in the dungeon just pulling on wall sconces. It's not this one. Just pushing in rocks or trying to... I know there's something here.
This is a great opportunity to put that little breakout box next to it and say, pair this with the necessity of using a similar thing, like another wall sconce in the room that actually unlocks the hidden door.
Yep.
So one of them unlocks the hidden door, one of them triggers the trap.
Yep. It reminds me of very early on in A Link to the Past, if you guys ever played that game. You're skipping the church. There are two pulleys. You can pull the left side or the right side to open the hidden door. If you pull the left side, snakes fall from the ceiling. And if you pull the right side, the door opens. And you don't know that unless you trial and error it.
Let's see.
That would be funny to give them a 50-50, though. You're like, hey, man, one of these is going to make snakes fall from the ceiling, and the other one's going to make, is going to let you through the trap, or the secret passage.
You want snakes? Because that's how you get snakes.
That's how you get snakes, yeah. Snakes are scary.
It was falling objects.
So snakes. No, falling snakes.
Yeah. So a collapsing ceiling, tipping columns, suspended load, and swinging counterweight.
Yeah. Did we have this one before?
Falling objects?
Yeah.
Not so far in the live streams anyway. Okay. We probably have done it on a live stream, but not for the
Vanguard traps.
Traps, no.
Yeah, because we made a lot of traps before too. So.
Dude, I've made 250 traps for this book.
Yep.
My brain is melted.
You're like, I've probably seen close to what this is.
Well, that's the thing is but that's why we added the 4 variations per trap. So you could get the same, because 50 times 50 is 2,500. So there's 2,500 different combinations. And then multiply that by 4.
Yep.
Because, so actually, no, more than that, because you take the actual number, which would be the hang on. There's 50 triggers and 50 effects. 200 by 200. That's actually the math on it now that it's got the extra 4 per, because and those are actually only inspiration. So the 4 variations are only what we're suggesting, where you can make it whatever you want. Like what we did earlier was say,
true,
we're going to make it, something a little bit different than what
the whole blink.
Are.
Yeah. The break eye contact one wasn't necessarily one of the options, but we made
that
it.
Wasn't in there. We just were like, but you look at the mural, and then when you look away, that's when it triggers. So you can come up with your own stuff on the fly. It's just, these are just suggestions on how to use the main concept for the trigger and the effect.
Yep.
So it's going to be falling objects. Snakes? No.
Yeah, that would be a good reference. That would honestly be a pretty cool reference. But.
That would be the release creature, I think, is the effect.
I think that would be release creature. Yeah, 100%.
Or they could just be snake, like carved snakes, wooden carved snakes that fall from the ceiling.
That would be cool too.
Wrong.
Yeah.
just as our reference.
I don't know.
to
Dropping
Link to the
snakes on a
Past.
party isn't something I've done yet, but I might now have to do that just to
The
see
thing
how they
about
react.
I've been around snakes my entire life, so I know that the first thing that would happen if snakes fell on people was they would try to get away. So it's a lot less scary in actual fact.
Well, yes. Yeah.
You need to have like aggressive snakes that were released from something, and
Luckily, these are my snakes, all right? As a DM,
Sure,
they're
yeah.
my snakes are going to
Your
try to
snakes.
bite you, all right?
Exactly.
And they're very poisonous, just so you know.
Venomous.
Yeah, venomous. You're right. Venomous.
There
Yes,
you
yes.
go.
Poisonous is if I bite you. Venomous
Yeah,
is if you
yeah.
bite me.
Exactly. Yeah. The injection of venom.
Yep.
I'm such a freaking nerd. I'm sorry. Everybody.
No, you're.
No, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, don't be. Yeah, don't
You
apologize.
guys all benefit from my nerdiness.
We
so
all, dude,
I
all
will not
nerds benefit
apologize.
from being nerdy.
Yep.
It's the whole point. We're all here together.
Ceiling snakes sound incredible.
Dude, they do though. Sounds so silly. I am definitely throwing that at somebody. That'll probably be in my next mega dungeon when I am designing it. Will be ceiling snakes.
I think the collapsing ceiling could work.
I like the
and
collapsing
if we wanted to, we could actually have it to where the ceiling is decorated with a snake motif or something like that.
Yeah, I think that
And,
you probably would leave that up to the DM
Yeah, they could
and the
flavor it
design
like
of their
that.
dungeon. But I like the
Yeah.
falling ceiling for sure.
Yeah.
Because essentially, yeah, you do the wrong thing, have fun with the ceiling that's above you is most likely collapsing on you guys. I mean, you could have the whole room ceiling fall too, which would be terrifying.
Well, I suppose once we put it in the level and lethality range, it'll then sort of work itself out.
True.
On
True.
that. All right. That was our mechanical, and let's go for another magical. Right.
All right, what will the
21.
rolls say?
Activate, deactivate light fixture.
Okay. That's a cool one, honestly, because a lot of the times I'll have torches like in my dungeons that aren't lit, so players can light them and add light.
Exhaustion.
Oh, you got exhaustion off that?
I did.
We did get exhaustion
What?
before,
Ooh.
but
What if deactivating light fixtures causes every non-nocturnal creature to become exhausted? You know what I'm saying? Like the light in this room, if extinguished, causes certain creatures to become exhausted.
I could see
Like
that.
it's
Yeah.
magically, and maybe they're not like natural lights. There's some sort of magical light that it's held within crystals or something like that.
Yeah.
And if crystals are extinguished, then exhaustion happens.
It would be interesting to do in a place where you know the party is going to want to turn them off, like to sneak or to set something up, right? Like they're trying to essentially darken this room for a reason, and in doing so causes them to get hit with the exhaustion. That's pretty good.
Let me take a look at some of the options. Activate, deactivate, activate light fixture in the magical would be continual flame orb, an orb bearing a continual flame effect, keyed to trigger the trap when it is touched, uncovered, or doused by a command word. And then light emitting crystal, a glowing crystal or luminous gem that triggers the trap when its light is revealed, dimmed, or extinguished.
I think that just really goes down, like, both of those would work. It's just what flavor do you want the trap to be? And I also vote no, that turning the lights back on reverses the exhaustion. I think you're hit with the exhaustion. I think you can turn the lights back on, potentially, unless you destroy the crystals to turn them off.
So light Emitting crystal. Okay. And the effect is exhaustion. Let's take a look at what type of exhaustion.
Yeah. What are our 4 options?
In the magical, it's Wearying Glyph, a rune that saps the vigor of any creature inside its range, leeching strength as steadily as a long march. Vampiric Ward. We used a Vampiric Ward.
So we used Vampiric Ward last time.
So let's use Wearying Glyph on this
one. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, because the last one we did was like, it can sap and give the boss energy and things like that. Where I think this one is, just hitting you and making you tired. I mean, exhaustion's one of the few things in D&D that is very scary and can get out of hand quite quickly. We've been playing like a lot of Pathfinder recently, and there's a lot of scary stuff you can do in that, like hit your actual strength stat. We just had someone in our campaign get hit and go to level 1. So they lost 5 levels. We were level 6.
No.
And they got hit with a wand and lost 5 levels. Yeah. Which was insane. He almost died. He actually got hit and lost 6 levels, and then we made one of our guys has a misfortune, which can make anyone he sees re-roll any roll, and so we made him re-roll it, and he rolled a 5 instead, so he lived. Because if you go to level 0, you just die. But yeah, we're not done with that dungeon either, so now we have a level 1. Actually, I lied. We have a level 2 because we leveled up right after that fight. So we're all level 7, and he's level 2.
Dude.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I figured out a way to get that back.
We're working on it.
For them to earn it back or something like that.
We actually we talked with our DM about that, and there is a way for us to be able to get it back. So we're working on it, so we can continue forth without having our swashbuckler die. He keeps getting so every time he's like haha, and then he'll just get stabbed, or he'll get hit with a ray, or he'll slip into the water and get bit by a shark, or he'll just like every wrong thing that can happen to him has happened, and it's always just like haha, I'm here. It's really funny.
Unfortunate.
I love that campaign. It's been a lot of fun. Swashbuckler, I have to say, watching someone play that seems like a really fun class to play. Because you're just like, okay, I wall run, I flip over this guy to land behind him to stab at him, and the class is designed to do all that stuff. Like, it has a bunch of really cool stuff. And you get panache points for doing it. So, like, you're supposed to do it. And so, essentially, you're just constantly putting yourself in danger in really cool ways to potentially die. And he's potentially dying. He's potentially dying.
We just watched with my older son, The Princess Bride.
Oh,
and it reminded me just how much I love all the sword fighting and everything in that movie.
Yeah, me too. I love that movie. It's such a fun movie.
Yeah, I always just get choked up with seeing Andre the Giant,
Yeah.
And he passed away, so it's just like super sad.
I know. I'm sorry if anyone's learning right now about this, but Tim Curry passed away today.
What?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we lost Dolly Parton yesterday.
Dolly Parton yesterday and Tim Curry today.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, no. So I'm gonna go watch Clue after this, just so you guys all know. But
I'm gonna watch Muppets Treasure Island.
There you go.
We love that movie. This is my only number.
I love that, man. I know the wrong 80-year-olds are passing away. I totally agree. Death keeps taking the wrong ones.
Yeah.
He needs glasses. I think that's what we were joking about.
Yeah. We're in weird times. Everybody.
We are in weird times.
All right, switching back over to traps. Let's do one more hybrid, I guess, because
I'm down.
I'm just organizing them now in the document. Just mechanical, we're aiming for 10. Magical, we're aiming for 10. And hybrid, we're aiming for 5.
Yes.
So I think I've got everything in here. Hybrid, looks like we only have one.
We only
so
should
far.
have one. Yep, we've only done
Yes. So let's do one hybrid, and then that'll finish us off for this live stream. There's gonna be 2 more live streams. We've made 6 on this live stream, I think, so far.
Yep.
And we're doing great. We're above the curve.
And
I think what's going to happen is if we can get done with all 24, let's say by tomorrow's live stream, on the last live stream we'll make complex traps. So we'll add some complex traps.
I'm down.
Only if everyone takes a moment right now to go shave the project, share the project. I need to shave.
I like how you probably saw it. You're like, look at yourself. You're like, man, I need to shave. Same.
I see myself in the stream. I'm just like, dang, man, you have not been taking care of yourself. It has been honestly all traps all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, if everyone can go share the project, that would help out a lot. But also, we'll throw some complex traps into the Vanguard traps.
Oh, I'm down.
PDF for everybody.
I love I think complex traps are my favorite to make because they're like a whole encounter. And it's fun. But
they become sort of a Rube Goldberg machine.
It does
for the dungeon.
So tomorrow's live stream will be 5 p.m. Pacific time, so it's going to be later. Yeah. So we wanted to do one that's later for everybody who can't make the early ones. And then Fridays will be 11 a.m. to 12, so that'll be basically up until the early birds end. So like an hour before, up until the early birds end.
Yeah. So on this one, I'm actually going to roll twice on the ambiguous section of the random trap generator. And it'll just be 2 10s that I roll for this one. So that was a 10 wrong combination, which results in deafness. That's interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
And either one could be mechanical. So the wrong combination could somehow lead to magical deafness, like a mechanical wrong combination, or there's magical things you need to do, and if you don't do it, a loud bang happens, or a bell, like you end up, let's say you end up in a chamber that is a bell.
Yeah, we talked about that one time. Yeah, when we were doing like these live streams before all of this, when we first introduced the random trap generator, we did have one that was like a bell in the center of the room that when it goes off, the room's designed to echo that, essentially. But what you just said made it sound really cool, because what if the entire room is a bell, right?
Yes.
Like it's bell-shaped and everything, and then you just see like the thing in the center that looks like it could ring the walls. And you're like, what is that even gonna do?
Yeah. So what I've got here is component order under magical or ritual misstep. So the component order is an enchanted mechanism that accepts spell components, gestures, or words of power, triggering the trap when they are offered in the wrong order. Or there's the ritual misstep, which is a warded portal or seal keyed to a precise rite, triggering the trap when the incantation, sigils, or offerings are performed incorrectly. So I would probably go component order.
I think so too. I like that one as well. Yeah, weirdly enough, I do really like the thought that the deafness is coming from a mechanical, because that's scary. That's way scarier than magical to me, because magical, you can like reverse that a lot of the time. It's gonna hurt, right? It's gonna deal damage to you, or you won't be able to talk to each other. But mechanical deafness, that will hurt. Like that ringing in your ear could potentially just make you go deaf forever.
Yeah, well, we've got a thunderous horn or resonating chamber. So this would probably fall into the resonating chamber kind of a thing. Yep. So we could describe the chamber as being like a bell.
Yep.
Like the inside of a bell.
That would suck.
Wrong magical combo leads to loud noise, and then everyone has the saving throw for the deafness.
That makes me want to make a full musical themed dungeon, which would be really cool. I don't think I've ever thought of, like, the guy is a professional musician or something. That's the evil guy that's setting this whole thing up, and everything's musical. Because how scary would that be if, like, you're in a fight and legitimately there is battle music playing because this dude has music playing? Like, that's cool. That'd actually be really sick. I'm gonna do that now.
Side note: reference for when you're directing artists. Reference for wizards casting spells. Always use the conductor at an orchestra, because I have that little stick that they use, and it is like the perfect thing because oftentimes you can get them in these poses and stuff like that. So whenever we need to reference something about a spellcaster with a wand, we always use those.
I like that. Make the party do a dance number to get past the trap. That's the that's the component you have to put in is the correct dance. That'd be pretty fun.
Dance, magic dance.
That would be pretty fun.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that, I think it wraps us up. We did pretty good. We rambled on for almost
Dungeon
a half hour about games
Revolution
in the beginning.
Oh my god.
But what'd you say?
It's Dance Dungeon Revolution.
Dance Dungeon Revolution. I love it.
I love it.
DDR.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll wrap it up there for the time being. Join us tomorrow at 5 and Friday at 11.
Yep,
both
5 p.m. Pacific time and then 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Yes. And then and at the end of the stream on Friday, that's the end of the early bird reward tiers being available.
Correct.
They will all go away and be replaced by their non-early bird versions. If you miss the early bird window, you can still get the Vanguard Traps PDF. It's an add-on for $10. It is something that we're not going to be offering after this campaign is over. This is for Kickstarters exclusively.
Yep.
So definitely get it.
You guys will get some special traps to throw at your players that no one else will.
Yes.
Pretty neat.
Love it.
All right, you guys.
All right. Well, that's everything I got.
Well, that's everything I got as well. Let's see where we're at with the campaign real quick. Sweet. We're getting real close to that stretch goal now.
37.6.
Yep.
So
36.
at 40, that's going to unlock the new player species.
Yep.
And
looking forward to it.
Again, those have 4 variations per species for even more customization. And then after that, it's more player options with 20 new feats.
Yep, that one's exciting too.
Feats. Yeah, they're all about dungeon delving and trap dealing with.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And
bye, everybody.
We'll catch you later. Bye, everybody.
Happy gaming.
Yeah, like done. No, I'm just talking to him. They can hear us.
Oh, they can
I like
hear
how
us?
Lord. Yeah, no, I just turned it back on because I was like, Lord dropped in for the stars. All right, take care, you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.